Malema will attend the ANC-NEC meeting and the bridge across the Orange River remains closed. With the news at 7 o'clock, good morning, I'm Karabo Malatsi. The ANC Youth League says its suspended president, Julius Malema, will attend the final day of the ANC National Executive Committee meeting today. Yesterday, the ANC's National Disciplinary Committee of Appeal upheld the decision by the ANC's Disciplinary Committee to suspend Julius Malema for 5 years. Malema will now have to give evidence in mitigation of his sentence. Speaking after the verdict, the League spokesperson Floyd Shivambu says by virtue of being the League's president, Malema will attend the ANC-NEC meeting currently underway in Irene, just outside Pretoria.
He is a member of the National Executive Committee of the ANC by virtue of him being a president of the ANC Youth League. There is still a process, yes, in the ANC, but currently he is a president of the ANC Youth League and a member of the National Executive Committee of the ANC.
Meanwhile, Julius Malema's status in the ANC will most likely be clarified early next week. This after his bid to have his conviction and suspension overturned flopped before the party's National Disciplinary Committee of Appeals, chaired by Cyril Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa's panel has, however, asked the NCD to convene within 2 weeks to hear arguments in mitigation of sentence. ANC spokesperson Keith Khoza had earlier said the suspensions of Malema and League spokesperson Floyd Shivambu would kick in with immediate effect. The party now says there may be internal processes to finalize the fate of the suspended officials pending arguments in mitigation of sentence. ANC spokesperson Jackson Mthembu elaborates.
We think Comrade Keith spoke out of turn and without any mandate, but we are very happy that he has already apologized. Again, we would like to say any matters of discipline and any matters of discipline that arise from this NDCA process and any matters that might have arisen earlier on are not a terrain of the communications of the ANC, but a terrain of the National Disciplinary Committee.
The bridge across the Orange River between Rouville in the Free State and Aliwal North in the Eastern Cape will remain closed until structural damage has been properly investigated. This after a truck hit one of the pillars of the bridge. The bridge links the N6 in the Eastern Free State and the Eastern Cape. The truck driver has been admitted to hospital with serious head injuries. Motorists have also been advised to use alternative routes via Nastron and Smithfield. An orthopedic surgeon from Plettenberg Bay has purchased a fishing vessel that made headlines in 2010 for carrying South Africa's biggest cocaine haul. The vessel was sold for 450,000 rand at an auction in Knysna. The Toledo was seized at the Knysna waterfront with nearly 2,000 kilograms of the drug on board, estimated at nearly 500 million rand. Ricky Cooper put in the bid on behalf of Dr. Jeff Reed.
I think he'd be very happy with the price that we paid. He was quite prepared to go to that amount. He certainly knows that he's involved in a crime case, and who knows, at the end of the day it may have a history. In a couple of years' time it'll be known as the boat that was involved in possibly the biggest drug deal in South Africa.
Shifting focus to news abroad, snow and freezing temperatures across Europe have claimed more than 200 lives. Eastern Europe is the worst affected area with a recorded temperature of minus 38 degrees Celsius. Most of the deaths have occurred in the Ukraine, where authorities have set up shelters for the homeless. In the Balkans, huge snowfall has trapped many people in their homes. Canals in Venice have started freezing over, and Rome has experienced its worst snow for more than 25 years. And finally, the failure of the United Nations Security Council to pass a resolution on the violence in Syria has resulted in recriminations between its members. U.S. Ambassador Susan Rice accused Russia and China of shameful intransigence after the veto. Russian Ambassador Mikhail Churkin in turn complained that Western nations are undermining efforts to achieve a political settlement in Syria by pursuing regime change. He says this has led to the deadlock of the UN.
The Security Council is not the only diplomatic tool on this planet. Let's hope that in a situation when we couldn't produce the result which would allow the Security Council have a constructive role, other tools are going to be used more energetically in order to achieve that.